Hi friends, welcome to May's Elements of Delight, your little unpacking so I can go through what you're going to find in here. If you want to be surprised and do it yourself, that's great, but I always just like to give a little peek and talk through some of the stuff. So it's coming wrapped in a piece of black tissue paper this month, of which you can obviously use. I do try to make sure everything is usable. So piece of curling ribbon, and we're going to keep that handy because I had a thought about that. So you've got your black tissue paper, and then inside is the rest of your delights. So save your black tissue paper, maybe stamp on it, splatter it with some silver metallics. That would be gorgeous. And then inside, everyone is getting a cardboard journal. They'll all be different colors. The duct tape is all the same color, but the covers were all different. What I love about this is that I got the colored mat board from a local friend, owned a framing shop, Indigo Framing, here in Anderson, and a lot of this one doesn't have it, but a lot of them have pencil marks from what they were doing, the projects on them. So that I found was really fun. So a really good reuse of some supplies. So you have a cardboard journal for you to work in. It's obviously just blank. And then I filled it up for you. You have a prompt card again this month, and hand-painted watercolor floral, doodled floral flower for you. And then I have stickers, because stickers, I love stickers. So you have a watercolor hydrangea sticker, which started off its life like this, and then went through various digital forms to create this sticker, which I love, 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 love. So the other thing to go along with that is a set of 3 leaf stickers on this sheet so that you can add it to it or keep it separate. And then a sheet of sticker little sayings to go along with that. All right, so you got your stickers. Then I was experimenting with my machine and doodling with my free motion stitch and this rainbow thread, so that every time it makes a mark, the thread is a different color. It's delightful. So you have one of them to add. Always some scrapbook paper, because I think having, it's when you buy scrapbook paper, you end up with like a ton of one thing. And what I love is just a ton of different things. So that's why I like to find these and give you some scraps to play with. And then the other thing that's in this little page is your monthly stencil. And this one is, let's see, let's put it against this, is a fern. And because it was easy to separate, you also have the mask of what was inside the fern. So you have a stencil and a mask this month to play with. All right, then we have some more ephemera that I found at a local thrift store. These are just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't fold it because I wanted you to be able to use whatever was on it. They're just so delightful. Everybody's will look a little different. And then you have a little envelope here of about 20 punched butterflies for you to use, all different patterns. A seed packet, which is lovely, and it was punched. I had this fun punch that my mom, who helps me a lot with these, punched out for y'all. So a little seed packet that I created online from lots of different elements that I found. And then you have a couple of birds, because this was feeling very gardeny to me and it felt like you needed some birds. So these are drawn by me in Procreate. So I drew them on my iPad, and then I printed them out on cardstock for you to add into your journals. So those were delightful. I love it. And then some more scrapbook paper. Sometimes I just can't remember what the words are. And some of it is double-sided, and I found these really fun floral stamp punches, and that I borrowed from my local library because we have a maker space here. And so you have some florals to add. As you can see, I was kind of going with a gardening theme. And then again, one of those thrift store finds where I found this gorgeous pack of napkins that matched the hydrangea. So you got a piece of a napkin. And then I went a little banana pants, but I love it. So this is deli paper, and again, my makerspace and the library have an amazing collection of supplies. So actually it goes this way. So I found all these stamps that the library had that were garden themed, and I stamped them on a piece of deli paper for you so that you can cut them out and add them in. So that is your ephemera for this month. And then the thing I was thinking of with the curling ribbon is, as you work in your journal, if you wanted to use the curling ribbon as the tie to hold it all together, that might be fun. You could, glue it on the back. Sorry, this gets really chunky. Yours might be this chunky. So if you just glued it on the back, and then you could use it as your closure for your cardboard journal, which I find kind of fun because it's kind of like this throwaway thing, cardboard. Curling ribbon is another throwaway thing we find in a gift. We give it as part of a gift, and people just tend to throw it away. So maybe combine those two throwaway items together for yourself. So hopefully your curling ribbon matches this. That never is, because my mother and I are packing them randomly. You never know what's going to pop into each one. All right, so enjoy May's little elements of delight, and then stay tuned, and I will do my art journal page with some of the elements. All right, so I have my journal that I've been working in since I started this in March. I have to think about that. I might have to start writing it. So we have March and April, and then I have my blank page for May. And again, this is a journal that was gifted to me. So I've had a couple of people ask how it was made, and it was gifted to me. But if I was to look at it, it is sewn with a regular, like a butterfly stitch with wax linen, but it's bound this way as opposed to in the spine. So hence it opens like that. Okay, so if that is helpful for you to make your own, go for it. So here's what I've just gathered. These are something that was left over from another class I taught recently, some affirmation sayings. So I grabbed them because I always like to add words to my page. Some of the black tissue paper, because you have a big sheet of it. Then this is my practice. This is me showing you that not everything starts the way your flower came out. This was my first one as I was trying to get the swing of free motion again. And so these are my practice ones before I kind of got into the groove of how I wanted the flower to look. So I thought they would be fun maybe to cut out and add in. I have my original hydrangea watercolor, two of my original watercolor flowers. You guys have what I ended up coming up with. I have a seed packet that I had a sample extra, one of the flowers punched, and then my original, not stamped so great, but still got lots of usable things on it for the deli paper where I was practicing. So I always also like to show you guys this. It doesn't always come out great. This was just showing me that in order to do what I wanted to do, I needed a brand new stamp pad. I don't mind that stamping is kind of, messy and not perfect stamps, but for what I wanted to do, I wanted these to be perfect-ish. Let's be clear, there is no perfect. For y'all, like more dark is where I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to, disappear completely. So I got a new stamp pad, and y'all have your deli papers. But they're still usable. Like even this is still usable as background. So I'm going to use it. All right, so I'm gonna get going and we'll see what I come up with. Okay. So I started off thinking I would use the black, and this I love. I even tried to peel it back off just so that you can, I was like, ooh, I love it, but it didn't work. But it didn't work. It's not that it didn't work. What happened is I loved the way the watercolor is, and it got me thinking that it would be fun to have the colors peeking through. So the deli paper. So that's where I ended up going with these little background pieces. Okay. And then I just played to see what would come up. So a little bit of what we used, I played around with coloring this, see how that would work. And that's something I'm going to encourage you to do with any art journal page you do, any art supplies, is just try it. What's the worst that can happen? You don't like it. You just keep playing with it. When I put the watercolor on, it was too dark, so I used a white paint pen on top, and it matched this instead. So it worked in the end. Okay, so thank you so much for participating, or if you did not and you're watching this just in a replay, then I hope this art journal page inspires you to go out and grab some of your collage fodder, ephemera, and just play. All right, everyone, I will see you soon. Thanks so much.